Let's head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Tony Frost, Toledo, Ohio, longtime Browns fan. I just want to say this about the Browns picking up the fifth-year option as far as Jedrick Wills goes. I think Jedrick Wills is a good left tackle for the Browns. We got so used to Joe Thomas and his elite status that we try to put Jedrick on that same level. And Joe Thomas is special. So I think that was a good move by us, keeping Jedrick. And I hope that Mr. Callahan can keep motivating him to follow through the plays. And, you know, he's not Joe, but he's solid. That's all I got to say as far as Jedrick Wills go. You know, he's still young. And, you know, once he matures into a real pro, he might be another Joe. Go Browns. Woof, woof.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. Tom, I understand picking up the fifth-year option. Where were you going to turn? The question that people that didn't want to pick up the fifth-year option, and keep in mind, I think it's 14,175 or something along those, is below average for a left tackle at this point.
Right. Still the second most important position on the field, one could argue, right? And yeah, the Joe Thomas store is not open to go buy left tackle. So yeah, this was a smart move. You know, everybody we've talked to with the Browns, and I include the coaches and Jed's teammates, really thought that he played pretty well last year. You know, there are some moments where, you know, does he miss a block? Sure. Does he false start? Who doesn't? But I thought he did a pretty good job, and you know, he was able to play through some of those kind of nicky injuries that maybe had kept him off the field the first couple of years. I think he played 15 of 17 games. I don't have it here in front of me, but you know, he was pretty dependable. And I thought, you know, there were times where I was like, wow, you know, Wills looks terrible. There was none of that. And you know, in Bill Callahan, you have arguably, and I'm not even sure if it's arguable anymore, the best offensive line coach in the NFL. And he's been trying to work with Jed the last couple of years. I think we've seen some progress. The Browns want to see some more. But to your point, Dave, I mean, it's contractually, it's an easy one for them to do. You hope he then takes another step this year. And then you think about, you know, potentially him being your long-term answer at left tackle. And I think the caller before makes a very good point. You know, we kind of took it for granted for that decade or more when we had big number 73 here. We didn't have to worry about that left tackle, and we all know how important it is in protecting a quarterback's blind side. So I think it was a safe move, Dave. I think it was the smart move at this time. And like I said, you just have to hope that Jed continues to improve.
Yeah, and Joe Thomas, a first ballot Hall of Famer. Those guys don't come along very often.